So, today I'll be talking about the crime news that I have read today. So, first news that I read today was related to a police inspector, and there was a woman too who was involved in the case. Actually, the case was about the illicit relationship of a police officer with a young lady. The details of the case have not been described completely in detailed manner in newspaper, but what I read and what I have understood and what I believe that could be the details, as I told you that details have not been publicly mentioned because I think the case is going on. So I will discuss the details. So the details are as following. The case was about the illicit relationship of a woman, and the woman's husband had died, and the death of the husband of the woman was due to the accident. Now, that accident was claimed to be a murder by the wife of the deceased person. So, the police inspector who was in the police station was given the task to investigate the case, and he was made the investigation officer. So during the course of investigation, he got close to the women, and women also got close to the police inspector. So in the meanwhile, what happened that they got so close that they got into physical relationship, and this led to uh, a development of feeling in the mind of the police officer, and he did everything. It was mentioned in the newspaper that he also managed to get 20 lakh rupees from the insurance company which her husband had insured in the case of death. So this news came into picture. Actually, this event had taken place 2 days back, 2 days ago, and this took place in Patna city. And I will also mention the exact place where it took place. It took place near to Nalanda Medical College and Hospital. If somebody who lives in Patna knows very well that there is a bridge which starts from the gate of the hospital and college, because college and hospital they both are run combinedly combinedly. So as the police officer was coming with the woman, the woman started shouting and she gathered the mob around herself. And when the police officer was trying to run away, he was caught, and the women narrated everything to the people who had surrounded them. And as the people got to know, they caught her, and they caught both of them. And first what they did, that they did not let the police officer to run away, and police was called. The police officer, the sub inspector, was handed over to the police. He was arrested and he was sent to jail. And you know, I cannot say that it is just the mistake of the police officer. I would say it is the mistake of the women also, because she was too involved in the illicit relationship, because she stated in her statement that they had sexual intercourse a lot times in the past. They had sexual intercourse before as well. So she wanted to get out of this situation, so she had no better way to do that, so she resorted to this way. And she alleged that the police officer was trying to kidnap her. She stated as well in her statement that all these months she was not free, she was abducted, she was her movement her movement was restricted, everything was under surveillance by the police officer. Maybe he wanted to get married to the woman, but the woman did not have any such intention at all. So right now the investigation is going on. The matter is sub judice. The trial has not been conducted yet. Let's see if I am damn sure this will go before a court of session judge, and if it is not accepted there, it will be sent to either to a chief judicial magistrate first class, a chief judicial magistrate, or a judicial magistrate first class, because illicit relationship is a grave offense. So punishment too is harsh. It could either lead to life imprisonment or it could be more than 7 years. So this would come under the warrant case. So so this is not going to end soon because the trial is yet to be conducted. It has not been conducted, so it would be too soon to make a statement right now. But I was surprised to see the kind of moral degradation that has been taking place in the society, because even women actually, the age was also stated in the newspaper. The woman was 38-year-old and the police officer was 55-year-old, so he was quite aged. And if I be frank to you all, I would say the woman was of the age of his daughter, and he was trying to get into such illicit relationship with a girl, with a woman. I mean, I don't understand what kind of mentality these people have been having, and they're doing this kind of work. I mean, they have been entrusted to do the job to protect the people, and if they are doing such thing, who will protect us? I mean, what will happen to the common citizen? But you know, what prevails in the society is the rule of law. So, if his job is to uphold the law, he has been treated as a common man. No special treatment has been given to him. And why would he get that? These days, our MPs are not getting a special treatment. What happened to Sanjay Singh? What happened to the health minister of government of Delhi? They all are behind bars. Mr. Kejriwal is yet to go behind bars. He will be taken into judicial custody, but right now no evidence has been found out right now, so no investigation agency has taken any kind of action, because I don't know if you know that Mr. Kejriwal does not hold any mm, department in government of Delhi. He is the chief minister, but he has no department under him. So that is, you know, a unique situation, I would say, because most of the time what is seen is that the chief ministers, they do keep 3 to 4 departments under him. So because there are 7 positions of ministers in government of Delhi, Mr. Kejriwal has no such department under him, and he is completely free from work. He has no work, he just supervises the ministers in the government. Mr. Sanjay Singh was the MP. He has been charged with fixing the meeting with a businessman from South who is involved in liquor production. And it is said, it has been alleged that the claim is that the businessmen from South India, they bribed the chief minister to change or to bring changes as per the need of the businessmen so that they could enhance the production of the liquor and increase the sale of liquor in the territory of New Delhi. So the policy was changed, the price of the license was increased, and there were certain schemes introduced as well, that after 12 a person could buy one bottle of liquor and he will get one bottle of liquor free. I mean, this was solely made in order to increase the sale of the liquor, to motivate people to buy more so that they could generate more revenue, because Delhi government do not have any such power of controlling the transfer or the working of the police, because Delhi police comes under the jurisdiction of Home Ministry of central government. So Delhi government is like a disabled person who has everything but cannot do anything. So that's an irony, I would say. So one more news that I have got to know today is that a woman of aged 25 got raped multiple times by a person. So that's a very heinous crime that has been committed by that individual. But yet again, I do not know the details because it was not mentioned at all. I'm getting a call. Let me. I also read one more news about Gurgaon, that more than 10 vehicles are stolen every day in Gurgaon, but the recovery rate of the vehicles are extremely low. So I don't know why the recovery rate is so low. Why the why why the police are not doing anything? I mean, vehicle is something which is highly costly. So you know, the cases were registered in the police station all across Gurgaon, and more than 2500 vehicles have been stolen, but the recovery rate is only 11%, which means that only 286 vehicles have been recovered, and rest the police have no clue at all what happened with the vehicles, who stole, whether the vehicle is intact or not. The police do not have any information at all. They are just like aiming in the dark. And the senior police officers are also inactive. They are not taking cognizance of such complaints. I mean, I think the Haryana government needs to take this very seriously, because this really raises the question of law and order, because theft cases have been increasing in Haryana, and Gurgaon is the IT hub, and people all across the country come there to work. So if such cases would increase, it would definitely be discouraging for the people who have been working there or who are wishing to come to work there. So I am not sure if the government has even noticed this or not, but let's see what will happen. But the recovery rate of the vehicles are extremely low, and this is a matter of concern. What are they doing? I don't know. They are not even taking corrective measures. What interventions have been made by the government? The government has not clarified at all. So yesterday I was watching the briefings of the a spokesperson of the finance ministry. Then I watched the briefings of the foreign ministry, and the foreign ministry has a spokesperson by the name of Arindam Bagchi, who on the weekly basis comes and briefs about the development of the particular issue. So he was taking up the questions related to Israel and Hamas conflict. I don't know why have they been mentioning it as a conflict. Why is it not a war? If the Israeli government has declared that this is a full-fledged war, why the West media not calling it a war? I mean, what is the propaganda behind it? I have not been able to understood. This is something beyond my comprehension. I have not been able to comprehend. But what one of the journalists asked that is the government of India going to take help of the Indian Air Force, or Indian Air Force has been kept on a standby mode? Because recently or just yesterday an aeroplane was sent to Israel to bring back the Indian students and diasporas who have been stuck there. So 230 people have been brought back, and there are many more who are yet to come, because the number is more than 18,000. So if on a daily basis more than 200 people have been coming back, then I believe that this will take more than 3 months. You can do the arithmetic, that is not rocket science. But I don't understand that why they are just sending one aeroplane every day. I mean, why just one flight has been managed? They could send many more flights, because the security of the people of India is the responsibility of government of India. People who have gone there, they they are not living there illegally. They went there after taking the approval of government of India. The passports were issued by government of India. So ultimately, whose responsibility is to protect the people? And then one more question was asked related to the stand of Indian government on the Israel Palestine conflict. I mean, how does India going to react? How does India see this whole situation? Is this going to be a changing situation for India in upcoming days in terms of diplomatic relationship between Palestine? Because earlier India had clarified very clearly that India has a very different policy with regard to Palestine and Israel. That India will not cut off ties with both of them. India is not supporting any of them. India is with Israel only on the issue that Israel is a victim of terrorism. India is not condemned India is not condemning or criticizing the Palestine. India is criticizing and being critical to the acts of the Hamas, because Hamas has been committing brutality with the people of Israel. So the briefings are important because how can we know what is the stand of government of India? And he was taking up all such questions, and he also took questions related to the aid provided to Israel. One journalist asked that has India provided some kind of aid to Israel, or has the government of Israel asked for any kind of assistance, be it militarily or economically. So what he said was that as such there hasn't been any request from the Israeli government. If such requests are made, we will notify you. A briefing will be held and information will be disseminated. But as of now, there is no such request by the Israeli government, and we are looking forward to extend our help to Israel in this cause, because Israel has been facing this challenge for the last 20 years. But US is having a very different policy in case of Middle East. I don't know if US is doing this on purpose or doing this because US has sympathy for Jewish people, because a lot of Jews live in America and they have contributed significantly in the development of science, literature, economics. US has been an asylum to numerous Jewish personalities. Einstein was one of them. Not just Einstein, there were many Jews who took asylum in United States in order to dodge the brutality committed by the Nazis in Second World War. A lot of Jews have been living in New York, California, Oklahoma, Illinois, and some Jews have been living in Texas as well. Texas is a province in United States. So these things have been happening in the country and in and around world. You know, I was thinking that what would be the result of this conflict? Will Palestine be wiped out completely from the face of the earth, or this is going to escalate to the point where we could even witness the world war like situation in coming days, or will it going to end by reaching on to some negotiating terms? Will there be some negotiations in order to end it? By the actions of the Israeli force, I don't think so that negotiation is going to take place at all, because the kind of aggression that has been shown by Israelis, this is unprecedented, and the statement made by the Israeli president as well as prime minister is evident to prove that this time they are going to go too far, and they have taken this extremely seriously, because Israeli Prime Minister told to the media outlets that this is not a casual attack by the Palestinians. This is the attack on the sovereignty of the Israel. Israel will fight for its identity and will maintain its sovereignty at all cost. And when it comes to sovereignty, either one will stand or one will be wiped out completely. So I don't know what will be the situation, what will be the result, what will be the outcome. I don't know. But what I could make out of this situation is that future is going to be tough for Palestinians. And recently I watched TV9 Bharatvarsh, on which they had been showing that Israeli Defense Forces have requested and asked the people of Gaza Strip